Here we have a pre-owned 2021 Cadillac Escalade ESV. This one comes in the sport trim level in crystal white tri-coat. And then we have the brandy with very dark atmosphere leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine that's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And this one has a little over 78,000 miles, so we'll see how it's held up over the years. As we come to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps and then our LED signature lights there. And when this body style first came out, I remember I couldn't stand it, but it really grew on me, and it really does have an elegant yet aggressive front fascia here. Loving the sport trims, getting that black mesh grille. Front sensors are integrated there in the bumper. And down here, these are going to be 22-inch aluminum wheels. And tires have decent tread on them. Now this one's only $60,000 here at Cadillac of Murfreesboro, so a huge shout out to them for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below, and it takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But blind spot monitors in the side mirrors, one-touch up and down windows on all four doors, memory seat functions, heated cooled seats, AKG sound system. Then over here we have our four-wheel drive controls. We can change our drive modes, and then we can raise and lower the suspension here. Trailer brake controller, electronic parking brake. Then over here, which we'll come back to after a while, we can change the gauge function there, heads-up display controls, trip meter, power tilt telescoping steering wheel, hood release, side pocket there. And then here's our power driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar support. And I love that brandy interior, it just looks so good. This is the best interior to get on this Escalade, in my opinion. Tow figures are there conventionally. You can pull up to 7,400 pounds. You have the power running boards there. Just a little creak in that door. And then we have the second row seats here. This one does have the rear entertainment system. And you can hit this twice to tumble the seat like that, or to fold it flat, excuse me. And then you can tumble it as well. But you can use this to move the seat forward and back. Requires a little elbow grease, but I'm usually able to get it done. It just hurts my wrist a little bit. But let's go ahead and hop in here. So rear entertainment system, you can hook up the USB, HDMI, and then you have the navigation system as well. Add your headphones. It's a pretty easy screen to navigate. The headphones are still here in this one. Rear AC controls are here with the 3-stage heated outboard seats. You have a 3-prong 120-volt plug-in, 2 USB-C charge ports, and then 2 HDMI ports to run those screens. Then bottle holders are here. There's a look at the front from back here. And then I love the very dark atmosphere sunshade there. And there's the third row. You do get a USB-C port on either side there, and then a bottle holder on either side as well. And your AC vents are integrated in the roof line there. And if you need to hang up a shirt or pair of pants, relatively sturdy hook there. And then your LED lights throughout. Now child locks are here on the side, so you can lock, unlock there. Fuel filler. And as we come to the back end, full LED tail lights. And your trailer hitch is integrated behind there. Spare tire, exhaust. And then you just pop the lift gate by hitting the crest there on the back. Another 3-prong plug-in there, and you can power fold the third row and then power release the second row. So that's what it looks like. In the ESV, you get all that space when you have the third row folded down, but still quite a bit of space when the seats are folded up. And a nice swift motion there. So liftgate still seems to be in great shape. Seats still seem to be in good shape there. Top tethers are integrated in the back of the seats themselves for the car seats. And then let's see if we can get this back here so we don't hit that screen. And then move that back. And then your anchors are right here. And then we have our power front passenger seat with 4-way power lumbar support there. 12-volt lockable glove compartment. We still have the owner's manuals in this one. And then this one just has a little bit of creak to it as well. Well, there's that 6.2 liter V8. Still sounds new, that's good. Let's check out the blinkers. It's a little bright out, so it might be a bit more difficult to see, but luckily with the LEDs, it does make it a bit easier. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat here. So leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn, and we can heat that as well. Over here to the screen, navigation system is here. And then this one is built in with an SD card, so you can type in your destination, so on and so forth. Favorites, all of that there. And all of your vehicle info, including the brake pad life, filter, all your temperatures. So quite a bit to see there. You have the automatic park assist. And then for audio, you do get AM, FM, XM, and then you have Bluetooth audio, Alexa, and then wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. And then a lot that you can adjust right in here, including your language right down there. And then your units of measurement, you can change from US to metric there. Then rear climate controls, trailering, the rear media, ambient lighting, all of that. For the cameras, you have the backup camera, the bird's eye view, front camera, and then you do get the wide angle, the overhead view, and then the side view cameras there. But for the dual zone automatic climate controls, you have your buttons and knobs down there below. And then automatic brake hold, auto stop toggle, lane keeping system, USB-C, USB-A port. And then to shift, hold this button on the side, pull down for drive. You can tap for your limiter, and you can see in that bottom right-hand corner what you're being limited to in terms of the gears there as you use the plus and minus paddles behind. But pull up for neutral, hit the button, pull all the way up for reverse, press P for park. You can use this knob to go through the screen if you don't want to use a touch screen. And then you have shortcuts down here below as well, including the home button. And your volume knob is here, so you can turn that up, mute by clicking that, turn it back down, then you can hold it down to actually shut the whole screen off and reset it. Hazards are there. Get your bottle holders, storage. You can stow all of that. Wireless charging pad is here. And then your center console cubby space has a removable tray. You can slide that as well. But SD card reader, USB-C and USB-A charge ports there. Rear camera mirror off, on. And then you have your garage door transmitter, the theft sensor inclinator, and then you have the liftgate control. So you push that open and shut, then you can set it to max or 3/4. You can power fold that third row from here as well. Now you can tilt or slide the sunroof, and the sunshade control is here. Well, let's see what the roof does with one touch. So it goes all the way back pretty nicely, and then you can shut it by pulling down on that one touch. The OnStar buttons are there. Nice look at the back end from up here. and your vanity mirror. Now back to the steering wheel, blinkers, high beams, and then you can turn the auto high beams on or off. And I like that you actually get an indicator here. Most vehicles, it doesn't show you when they're on or off at all times, so it's nice to see that you can turn that on or off. And then when the auto's on, you can see that it'll be set to that regardless. So I like that. You do get your automatic wipers here, one time, off, auto, low, high. You can adjust that auto sensitivity here, and then your rear wiper intermittent on, and then push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front fluid. Those wipers are a bit loud, so they might be off track or something. Cruise controls here, so on, off, and then if you have adaptive, you can hold this button here, and you can go from adaptive to regular there. But set your speed here, that heated steering wheel toggle, the gap adjust for the adaptive cruise, and the forward collision alert is there. And then voice recognition, conversation enhancement, volume down, or mute, volume down, volume up, and then track list or radio station presets can be gone through here. Hit this button on the side, and you can scroll through your audio sources. And then the phone button is there. And then you can use a scroll bar here when applicable. And then heads up display is right there in the middle. It doesn't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking it up. But you can adjust the height and brightness of that if you so choose. Push button start is here. Then finally here is the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take the 78,465 mile 2021 Cadillac Escalade ESV Sport out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Escalade ESV Sport, the 6.2 has plenty of power, of course, even pushing this big beast. And the 10-speed shifts pretty seamlessly. This has been great in all of the GMs and Fords I've tested out. It does a lot of shifting, but it's very smooth when it does shift for the most part. But we'll see how that may have changed over the 80,000 miles this has been on the road. Now I have the vehicle in sport mode now, so we're gonna see how it gets up getting on the interstate here. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I won't be able to give it a full pull from 0, but I'm gonna do a 40 to 80. See how it does. Here we go. So I mean, pretty quick. Let's take it out of that mode. And I like the sound there, very aggressive exhaust sound. That was pretty nice. Now for the ride quality, with this one having the suspension settings it does have, it floats down the road, really clean feel, even with the miles on here. And the wind noise is just a tad noticeable, but I can feel the insulation doing its thing. I can hear it, but it's not loud at all. But just a breeze to drive down the road. Again, very smooth, as a Cadillac Escalade should be. Now I do want to give a big thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Escalade ESV again. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these pre-owned, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. Now, as I finish the last leg of this test drive, I'm very impressed by how this particular ESV Sport has held up. All the technology seems to be working. The screen seems to be in good shape. Even the wireless charging pad here is still working. And it's not necessarily old, but with high miles and things of that nature, a lot of the times things can tend to go bad or break, things of that nature. But right here, everything seems to be in good shape. Drives like new, suspension feels good, no weird noises coming from that. Like I said, in the walk around portion, the only thing I kind of found out of the ordinary was that the doors were creaking, but I have a 21 Mach-E with 73,000 miles and my doors are starting to do that as well. So it's one of those things that just kind of happens the older a vehicle gets. It really doesn't matter what it is. But in terms of just the build quality here, I'm impressed that the seats aren't showing any giant leather cracks. The only crack I see is somebody scratched the tint up here. And again, that's aftermarket anyway. But everything else is in fantastic shape. Just feels like new. And that's what you want out of a vehicle like this. And the 6.2 seemed really strong doing that pull. I hate I couldn't do one from a stop going down the on-ramp, but that happens. I think the only other thing was the front wipers were a bit noisy. They probably need new blades or something like that, so it's held up nicely. And Cadillac of Murfreesboro offers a lifetime powertrain warranty on this vehicle in particular. So even though the factory warranty is out on this, get the lifetime powertrain on this, and that'll cover you for any issues that you think you might have with the 6.2. And for $60,000, I think this still has a ton of life left in it, especially with that included lifetime powertrain warranty. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2021 Cadillac Escalade ESV Sport.